Alright everybody, Chucky has officially been on the PTB for about 2 days now. I actually got a chance to play it. I know I didn't have PTB access before. Someone gifted me the game on Steam, so I was able to play it. I don't have all of my perks and whatever, but all we're going to do in this video, I'm going to go over a few changes I think Chucky needs. Nothing major, honestly speaking. If you really want to skip to the end of this video and just wonder what my overall thoughts are, I really don't think he needs anything, like, to make him better necessarily, but I think there are just a couple changes he needs. So there's an add-on called Jump Rope. What it does is it gives you a 30% increased duration of slice and dice. So basically when you use the dash, it lasts for 30 more seconds before you have to swing. Honestly, I think 10% of this add-on should go base kit, and the add-on should just add 20%. There's no other add-on that does anything like this that he has, so it can't be stacked with anything, which is fine, other than maybe the duration ones for the actual hidey-ho time, but otherwise, it's fine. I think that increasing the lunge range slightly is enough. There's a lot of times when I'll be very close to hits and not get them. Once again, that could be a skill issue, and I'm not like gonna die on this hill of, oh, he absolutely needs this, because he really doesn't. The other thing is hitbox changes. I don't know if they're going to do this, or this is just going to be something we're just going to have to get used to. The hitboxes can be pretty bad sometimes. Because from what I understand, the way it works is even though you're in third person, the hitboxes are treated as if you're in first person. So rather than aiming where Chucky is, you need to be aiming towards the center of your screen like you normally would with a weapon. I just think that's more of a just getting used to thing, and I think that's going to be more just adjusted by the player base more so than behavior themselves. It doesn't mean they can't fix anything, obviously, but yeah. The Charles Lee Ray apparition model, it needs to be fixed. Bro, this shit looks like PS2 graphics. I know I'm not the first person to say it, but it really needs to be fixed. Last thing, and once again, I think this is a personal thing to me. Sometimes Chucky will look back at the screen. Sorry, I had to burp there. Sometimes Chucky will look back at the screen as if like he's looking at the player, which is cool and fine, and I kind of love it if it's the personality and whatever. However, because of the way the controls work, I don't know what it is, but when he does that, I kind of like start swaying to the left or right, and I don't lose complete control, but it messes up my motion. I don't know what it is about it. Last thing would be accessibility. So there have been a few people who have been experiencing motion sickness, not just from the slice and dice. I've heard some say that, but it's mostly from the pickup animation transition. So when you go from third person to first person, I've heard some people do experience a little bit of motion sickness from that. I have no suggestions on how to fix this, because I honestly don't know how you would without just completely changing it. Personally, I find the animations very smooth, and I think they go in very well. However, I can understand how the FOV swap, even with how minor it is, can be disorienting for some. Once again, I don't envy behavior on trying to fix that, but I hope they can do something to fix it. Otherwise, speaking of FOV changes, when you go into hidey-ho mode, many people have said you seem faster even though you're still 4.4. The reason for that is the hidey-ho mode actually decreases your FOV slightly. It is extremely slightly, but if you watch the corners of the screen, it zooms in a tiny bit. And I don't know if this was intentional or if it's supposed to make you feel faster or what the point was, but I kind of don't like it. I wish the FOV just stayed the same when you switch to hidey-ho. I'm cool with just the sides of the screen going with the undetectable status effect. But who knows, maybe none of that could change. Otherwise though, balance-wise, it's definitely too early to say, but I think he's in a pretty okay spot. He has good anti-loop. Not really anti-loop, but he has a good chase power. The one thing he's really lacking in his kit is slowdown, but perks can fix that. And just overall, I don't think he's too oppressive with his power, and I don't think he's also too weak with his power. I think it does what it needs to do, and a lot of times if I did miss, it wasn't because I felt like, oh, that survivor just dodged. 9 times out of 10, it just felt like because I missed, if that makes sense. More times it felt like I made the mistake, not the survivor doing something great. And I know a lot of people aren't a big fan of that sometimes, but I I think they nailed this chapter as far as killer power coming out. Like I said, he doesn't feel oppressive, he doesn't feel weak, and I'm happy with that. But those are just some changes. One of the add-ons being slightly added to base kit to make the slice and dice longer. Charles Lee Ray model being fixed, accessibility issues with FOV, and him turning around to look at the camera. I'm not a big fan of it personally, but we'll see how things go. I'm probably going to stop playing him on PTB. It's been 2 days, but I will be anticipating the release in a few weeks. You're probably going to see a couple more videos of me talking about him and a couple perks that I and the community have found that work really well on him. One of them, in my opinion, is just insane because he's the only killer I think that can use this perk without it being a meme. And well, you guys will see a video about that tomorrow, I'm sure. In any case, have a good one, guys. Follow, like, and all that stuff, you know, or don't. Who cares? I'm live on Twitch 3 days a week. This is where all the shameless plugging goes. I'm sure you're already out of here. But yeah, bye.